Winnebago County State's Attorney Marilyn Height-Ross, along with Illinois State Police, announced 27 charges of child pornography against Dr. Frank Ventimiglia. School has already purchased a number of cleaning supplies, as well as this $5,000 electrostatic disinfectant sprayer to deep clean desks as well as other surfaces. Now, Ventimiglia is currently being held in the Winnebago County Jail on a $500,000 bond. If convicted, he could face up to 30 years behind bars. The state reaches a new milestone as the Illinois Department of Public Health announces the state passes the 200,000 mark of confirmed COVID-19 cases. Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea says so far this year, 20 people have died in the city due to gun violence, and says the rate at which people are firing at is alarming. A Rockford man is facing life in prison after being indicted for first-degree murder. Rockford Ministers Fellowship shares their stance on police efforts and calls on the city for reform. I'll tell you what they're asking for coming up. Now again, we have been in this drive-through protest since it started around 5 o'clock. We've seen numerous residents who have come out from their home holding signs showing their support. It's the day many restaurant and bar owners have been waiting for as they can begin serving customers outside. I'll show you some local outdoor seating arrangements and what to expect if you plan on dining coming up. The group says that they do agree with many of the demands that have been made by Rockford youth activism. However, one key difference is they say that they do and will continue to support the efforts made by Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea. Live here at District 1 Police Headquarters, Kristin 23 News. Here at Haskell Park, where tonight's protest just got underway a few minutes ago, starting with some speeches and then will eventually lead into a march through the streets of Rockford. Although there are cars in this parking lot now, the mayor tells me that beginning tomorrow night, crews will be out here putting up fencing so that this area is all ready to go by Friday. Today was supposed to be opening day for the city market. However, that is now June 5th, and directors say this year's market will look quite different. She also confirms there are no additional deaths and 12 people in the county have recovered from the virus. Reporting live from the University of Illinois College of Medicine here in Rockford, Kristin 23 News. And it's opening night for one drive-in movie theater who's kicking off their summer season with some classic films and new safety guidelines. I'll have what you need to know coming up. Not only is this center just for students, but take a look here at this room behind me. It can be rented out for business meetings, class reunions, and even weddings. Pets infected with COVID-19 can spread it to humans. This statement is false. Sort of. There's no evidence pets can spread COVID-19. Just add water, give it 5 minutes to cook, and your meal is hot and ready to eat. Police say 4 people are in custody on a variety of charges, and 4 loaded guns are now in police possession. However, I spoke with Rockford's top cop, who says there's still more work to be done. Nested along the Rock River sits a more than 100-year-old building that once pumped coal, but will now allow students to pump some iron.
I cannot wait for there to be 400 students in this space, all using it in their own individual and collective ways.
Beloit College is getting ready to unveil its new $38 million project that's reconstructing the old Blackhawk generating station into a state-of-the-art student center featuring a pool, gym, and even batting cages. Well, not only is this center just for students, but take a look here at this room behind me. It can be rented out for business meetings, class reunions, and even weddings. The building isn't completely finished yet. However, students will be able to start using the sections that are ready as soon as Monday. Staff say they are ready for the students to see the center and start putting it to use.
There's something about the first time you step into the building. It just takes your breath away. It's this massive building, and the idea that so much effort has gone into making it accessible for all of our students, and I hope that they just come over as excited as we are.
Working for you in Beloit, Kristin 23 News.
Never even could imagine anything like this.
Jeff Antonucci is the 3rd generation owner of Charles Street Shoe Repair, and along with many other small business owners, he's trying to stay afloat during this pandemic.
It's mandated that we are non-essential, and we are definitely not allowed to let them through the door or do curbside delivery or anything like that.
So his doors are locked, shades are down, and a sign out front lets customers know they aren't able to be open. However, one longtime customer was determined to drop off some help.
It's very humbling and emotional when it happens, and he's been coming here for years, and they just want to help.
And more help could be on the way.
The emergency small business option here through the NICDC and John Phelps. The county, I was very proud last night, voted to be a funding partner. They gave loan money, $250,000.
Even with the options, Antonucci still feels a lot on his shoulders.
I don't want to let my dad and my grandpa and my great-grandfather down, and that's what I feel like I'm doing.
So he set up a GoFundMe and created a video sharing his story.
I know everybody's sacrificing, and I'd be humbly grateful and eternally grateful if anybody could help us out in any way.
Antonucci says he has received support and is determined to keep his business going.
A lot of friends have helped us, and definitely number one, we're not going out of business, at least yet. It's going to be a long time before that happens.
Working for you in Rockford, Kristin Camilleri, 23 News. Nicholas Ritchell Foundation grants wishes to young adults battling cancer. These recipients are now using their talents to help those fighting for their life receive a wish they'll never forget.
It's incredible what they do. I'm like getting choked up because they're just amazing. They're wonderful people.
Savannah Bay Strandon is a cancer survivor and went on the trip of a lifetime to Hawaii after her wish was granted by the Nicholas Ritchell Foundation.
The cancer journey was just behind me and out of my head for a week, and I got to
I'm here for everybody.
Large crowds joined together at Haskell Park Tuesday evening, advocating for change and demanding justice.
I really think that it's important that these marches happen. They're happening all over the world. It's making a difference. People are starting to, come together. Unfortunately, a little bit of it is violent, but, the word is getting out.
I don't understand how I'm in a country that allows racism to just get away, and racist cops, racist politicians. We're just sick of it.
We want change! We want better!
Some protesters say past experiences spark their need to advocate for change.
I grew up on the west side and everything, so I grew up kind of in that community. Obviously, I'm white, so I don't know everything that a black person has went through, but I can see from friends and friends of family when they were growing up what they would go through.
One protester says she will do whatever it takes to get justice.
It has to take us coming out here every single day, protesting for the freedom of black people and the justice for black people. Then I'll be here every day.